What's up? What's up? I'm back here to talk about something I always talk about, mind over matter. But I don't want to mention a name because um, I don't like talking about other people just because I know people speak from certain perspectives. Damn, that drain clogged already. Ain't raining that hard. But, so I don't really like going at people, but they do inspire me to speak about the things that I heard and kind of disagree with. And I know they're in their own shit, so I don't even want to argue with them, or I mean even bring up their name at certain points. But pretty much mind over matter. I talk about it all the time, and I'm really it's not even like, see, that's why I don't want to mention her name because she's just the one that making me really want to talk about it. But I've been seeing it so much, bro. Like people just talking about fluoride and all this other shit that just that's supposed to be against us. It's really flooding bad in my little apartment. But it's like, bro, do you really think that shit can stop you? You gotta really dive into this shit. Like, bro, I get it to a certain extent, but it's like, bro, that like, what are we trying to hold up? Like, bro, we're our spirit. We're not this body, so it's not about to stop any shit. When I think about it, it's like, bro, I've always had vivid dreams. I've always eaten shit that's bad. I've always had a kind of balanced diet in the sense like I've never just horribly with just all hot chips or some shit. But then I like fruit and shit like that. But for the most part, it's just like I wasn't never just fully conscious of my diet, but somehow I still woke up. So I'm like I get tired of all that. And you know what? I'm probably touching people's pockets because people sell shit, and that's why I'm not really trying to get into that. I mean, you gotta buy your shit, support others, whatever, sell your shit, 100 for it. But it's at that same mindset, bro. Just know that, nigga, it's mind over matter at all points, bro. It's no matter what the fuck you eating, bro. Your heart and your mind is stronger than that shit, and that's just the physical idea. But I'm literally talking about the spiritual vessel of us. Like we're stronger than that shit, bro. And it gets annoying when I hear everybody talk about this shit. Your diet affects how you think. I don't really know about all that, bro. Cause for the most part, I know conscious people that eat bad. Like all conscious people are not vegans, like or vegetarians. I'm a pescatarian. I still eat dairy products. You trying to tell me I'm sleep out here? No. I modify my diet depending on my body and how it feels to certain shit. Certain shit, I'd be like, nah, I can't fuck with that at all. But in that same aspect, I'm not, oh, that shit about to kill me. And even if it does, thank you. But at the end of the day, I'm stronger than all this shit. So why does it fucking matter, bro? Like, we are infinite. You think some one little ass mineral on this earth gonna stop us? The GMO, like, that's another thing. GMOs and shit, we gotta, like, be so careful about that shit. Like, bro, if you really dive into it, I think Fightbush talk about everything being genetically modified. I'm not sure. It was somebody was talking about this shit. But even I mentioned it before, like, bro, the fruits and shit we eat, like strawberries and shit, they wasn't initially a sweet fruit. Those used to be more of a sour fruit, but they manipulated it over time to make it a sweet fruit. A lot of shit that we fuck with today is genetically modified, no matter what the fuck we think. Like, bro, we genetically modified, so it just comes to an extent. Like, bro, how much is this shit gonna affect us, and how strong are we? Period, bro. And it's like I talked about, I guess, the physical shit yesterday, and not really worrying about putting focus on shit that really don't affect your space. But this is going into the deeper shit, bro. Like, you gotta understand your space is pretty much stronger than everything out there. So, like, bro, if you can think freely, bro, you should be able to start making a foundation to free yourself. Period. And if besides that, that's your only battles. I think, honestly, bro. Like, of course, there's levels to it. But for the most part, our programs lie within. The shit we got to defeat lies within. It's not no outside shit. So once we start breaking down the shit that's holding us back, bro, that's it. Like, and there's nobody else you can look at and be like, that's who's holding me back, bro. It's you. So in that same shit, bro, ain't no food out here that's gonna make us sleep again, bro. I don't think so, bro. Like, you got to think of us like we think in short term. We come from what you call slaves or people. that had to go through slavery and all type of shit. And you could talk about the soul food and all that shit, bro. We had to eat that shit, and we woke up out of that shit. We are those people still. Like, we didn't always have healthy diets. We used to eat meat as Indians and shit. We Native Americans, they ate buffaloes and shit. Like, we rise up out of them people. So at the end of the day, bro, it's like it's something that's already gonna happen. Like, and we have to start understanding that shit, bro, and stop really putting so much focus on health. Because I mean, I really just it's at the end of the day, bro. It's mind over matter. Like, it's seriously some people that never get sick because I mean they just tell themselves they're not gonna get sick. Like Dick Gregory talk about this a lot. Or used to talk about this a lot. He said he had cancer. So they had a couple of days to get out his body. He was out his body. Like, we always bring up how people get sicker once they find out they diagnosed with some shit. So it's like, it's your mind. You keep letting your mind degenerate shit. You keep thinking, oh, if I need to avoid this, I need to avoid that, I need to avoid this. You're gonna start getting the cancer, bro. Like, yeah, that's how I see it in a sense, because it's like, I gotta think about how I want to say this. So let me think real quick. The shit you run away from, you attract the most. Because you become like so much of a polar opposite. It almost has to come press your button. But fuck. That's still not how I always want to say it. You stress yourself out. Stress can cause tumors. Like you cause physical ailments from your internal thoughts and internal emotions and feelings that you have towards certain shit. If you always think you gotta avoid food and avoid this and this and that, like, bro, you're gonna be stressed out when you look at your full options. You like, really, I don't have shit to eat, and that shit stress you out. So you're like, bro, you gotta get, like, honestly, like, that shit can plague you over time. And we look at ourselves as trying to be free, but that's not really being free. If we being honest. And I talk about how I feel like I made me not want to eat meat anymore because it's the shit I start understanding. But before I knew that chicken and all these cows was getting fucked up, my stomach wasn't churning. So it's the fact that I brought awareness to this shit. Now I feel sick when I eat the food because I know how these animals been treated. I know how the process is made. I know how many people touching and how many chemicals and the shit they do to keep it red and all that shit. I found out everything about the meat industry, so now I don't want to fuck with that shit no more. But it's because I went deeper into it. But if I never put my mind on that shit, bro, that shit probably would have never affected me. And I always been healthy. I always worked out. I never allow myself to get overweight. Period. As a kid, that's always been something internal. But some people are gluttonous. Some people are what do you call it? Just they're not hoarders of food type shit. They're hoarding energies. They're pig energy. So they eat a lot of shit, and that's their fault. They're not balanced. But for me, bro, like, I think the only reason I get sick towards shit is because I brought awareness to that shit. No other reason. And for the most part, bro, we keep bringing shit that we think is poison to us, bro. Like, that means we're looking at ourselves as a weakness, bro. At some point, we gotta understand this reality is not stronger than us. At some point, bro, it's like we have to make that next step to be like, all right, bro. What is it? You say I'm abominable. I'm abominable. I think that's what they said. I'm an abominable force. I watched a clock. Yeah, that's a good movie to talk about. Bit. A Clock in the Walls. Good movie. It's about some magicians and shit like that. And pretty much, I ain't gonna get into the full details, but anybody can practice the magic. That was the whole thing. A warlock was a boy warlock. I mean, yeah, a man or a boy warlock. And the way you become a warlock is defeating a dark force or some shit like that. So there go that battle of, light and dark or whatever and shit like that. The biggest thing was, it takes a lot of work, a lot of learning, a lot of understanding. They even said there's going to be a lot of hieroglyphs and sigils and shit like that you're going to have to learn and understand. And that's what is a person that if you come in my house, you see I got sigils and different things up, and that helps me hone in my magic and my powers. Are different tools that help me connect with my subconscious and present that in my dreams and then in real life type shit or whatever ways. It happens in many different forms because there's different sigils for different things. But in that same aspect, yeah, you got to go hard. You got to go learn, and for the most part, you learn the different magic and learn how powerful you are. And really, it's a confidence thing because at one point in the movie, pretty much the little boy, Jack Black, and then there was another lady, which was the best magician, but she had lost one of her family members at the time, a while ago, due to something, and it broke her. And that was like my favorite part of the movie. She was like, I was able to heal on the outside, but internally it never healed. And she's not talking about no internal organs and no shit like that. She means her heart. And she was like, every time I try to produce magic, it comes out broken. Bro, that shit hit home. That shit hit home, bro, because that's the biggest thing with us. We are magicians, but if you're not believing in yourself, if you don't have faith in yourself, if you're not fully confident in yourself, bro, it's gonna come out broken, or you're gonna come out attracting people you can work with, but it's not really fully for you because you it's your energy. I mean, we see it all the time, man. I'm sorry to say it, and most people today, who said this? I need to bring this up because they had a good point. Why does that matter? He was like, why does that matter that I got all this? Oh, 6 Lack. I mean, I'm sorry, Black. I gotta stop disrespecting him. He hate that shit, Black. But pretty much he had a pull up with Joe Budden. Joe Budden asking all the therapist questions, just getting deep and diving. And he was like, so why do you sound like what do you how can you answer to the fans or the people out there that think you are a brat and you always crying or bitching about, he ain't say bitching, but bitching about shit when you got all this money, your label supports you, your fans are behind you, you can release music whenever you want to, shit like that. He was like, why does that matter? Yeah, I'm doing all those things, but what about my life? What about the other shit that goes on? He was like, for the most part, yeah, that's all good, but the things that affect me is my personal shit. If me and my wife or me and my girl not good, or me and my mom not good, or me and my kids not good, like I'm just giving examples. He was like, none of that other shit was good. Like none of his business relationships, none of his job experience, none of that other shit would be good because his personal shit fucked up. And that's how a lot of us are, bro. We're personally scarred and it fucks up how we move in the world, period. And that's my biggest thing in trying to teach and show people, bro. Like, you can have money and shit, but if like you're internally scarred, that shit really don't matter. You're just gonna buy shit that it supports that internal flaw, that internal void that you have, type shit. And you're gonna keep trying to fill that shit or ignore that shit, and that's really what all that money gonna go into. But even for the most part, it's funny because we look at all these rich people and they throw away shit because their personal shit is just gone. Like Derrick Rose had got a second chance or a second opportunity to, I think, play on the Knicks or something, or somewhere he went and he didn't show up to the practice or game, and it's because like something happened with his personal life. And it's like, bro, once your personal shit like fuck up, even if it's like your baby mama on the phone talking to you, who else? See, I'm going through people I just been listening to recently. Dude named Billy Sorrell's on Do You Miss Me? He was like, man, I stayed outside. I missed my whole set because I'm on the phone arguing with my baby mama. Like shit like that, bro. You miss out on money. You miss out on opportunities. You miss out on meeting new people because of your past experience, bro. You letting your past trauma affect your new magic and how you have charm and charisma and how you pretty much open up new doors for yourself. Because I mean, that's what you did to get into those doors that hurt you. But now that they hurt you, you don't want to use that certain magic anymore. But yeah, man, it's real big, and understanding your personal shit is really what you have to take care of first before you start trying to expand. Because if you're trying to expand, it's gonna all reflect on your insecurities of your personal shit. Point blank, period. And all that shit come from eternal, bro. Your magic will be broken as you try to push that shit out, bro. And that's the real truth, man. Like, I just thinking of just the celebrities, like, yeah, money's good, money's cool, all that shit, but bro, none of that shit, you wouldn't give a fuck about none of that shit if something traumatic happened to you, only your personal members. Not even it have to be death, but just like y'all broke up or some shit. Like you'd be like, fuck this money, or fuck this jewelry, fuck this fame, fuck all this. Like say you lost a woman, or lost your man because you was just out here too much. Even if you weren't doing shit, you just clubbing and you weren't giving them enough time. You'd be like, man, this fame taken away from my personal life. I can't do the certain shit that I want to do. And it's like, man, fuck this shit. And that's what a lot of famous people end up doing. They be like, bro, I don't have a personal life. Especially athletes and shit, they travel year round, bro. I don't have a personal life. So when they retire, it's like, damn, bro, I ain't never really get to spend time with my kids. Black was talking about this. It's like, it's certain shit you got to miss out on And of course, I understand it. Of course, it's a process because you building for those personal things. Like if you like his personal shit is intact, like he know that his foundation is good and that's what he need to work for. So he don't mind going to go out and hustle because he know what he trying to build for. But if your foundation all if you don't really have a foundation to build on, working to seem pointless. It's like, what am I working for? What am I building for? What am I living for? It's like nothing. And I know it'd be hard for me to work or get a job if I feel like I'm just about to be working for no reason, just going there every day. I gotta have a goal, a plan, a certain amount of money I can get to. And even if I fail, it's like, all right, I can try to create something else. I'm not just about to just be working at a job just to be working there. I need a vision. I need something to build towards, or I need some other foundation. Like that's, it'll be like a second job or like just a, what do you call it? A side hustle in a sense. But it's hard for me to just work, and there's nothing like I know I'm not getting nothing out of it, or I'm just pretty much working for nothing. But that's just it. That's just my idea of shit. But I mean, of course, we all got different situations and shit like that. But it just shows how pretty much your internal shit, all the shit that we think we'll love, like bro, if your personal shit was fucked up, bro, you wouldn't care about no bag, like all that shit wouldn't matter, bro. Period. Like people love the front because they got a lot of shit, but internally they be unhappy because they lonely and shit or whatever. There's so many different things, bro. There's many different scenarios I could point to, but I kind of got out. Well, it's not really off topic, but yeah, really started talking about mind over matter because I mean that's a part of our magic. Understanding it starts from within, and none of this outside shit can affect us. I was talking about the abominable force. The abominable force is an unstoppable force, and like it's impossible to stop. And how she looked at it. This is the next little part I'll get back into with the clocks in the wall. Her power is broken. The dude came back from the dead, reminded her of her trauma and shit, and she was able to tap into that shit because it was a passion. Like when you see your kid like about to get hit by a car, you take one leap and you grab that nigga and out in front of the car. Or you can pick up a refrigerator if it fall on you, just shit like that. Whatever, the adrenaline or whatever, like that energy pop up. And then the fact that she was starting to love Jack Black and love his nephew, because the nephew was his parents had died and shit like that. So that was what was going to help him tap into his energy and his force. So another lesson that you can go into, having that trauma can make you even stronger than ever if you truly use that shit to like stop the shit. And he used the trauma to actually defeat the dark force that was supposed to end the world or whatever. Of course, it's that fight against this end of the world type shit and whatever side you lying on type shit. But what's funny is the magician that was trying to end the world, he wanted to end the world because there was so much war and so much plague in the world. But they weren't trying to hear that shit at all. He was like, I'm going to reset the world and we're going to start over type shit. And they was going to be Adam and Eve. It was going to be the black girl, which is his wife, and then the white magician. But there's so many different subliminal messages. I ain't trying to get into all that shit. Because like I said, it's what you put your mind onto. I'm really just focused on the magic behind it. Like all the other shit don't matter, honestly. But I mean, it does if you want to focus on it. But for the most part, like I said, I'm not putting focus on it. But yeah, she was able to tap into her powers because the nephew was about to, he was hanging over some shit about to fall onto it. And she just had to tap into her shit, bro. It wasn't no more time for her to be weak. It wasn't no more time. Because if she would have stayed weak, she'd have hurt and lost some more people because she wasn't able to tap into her magic. And because she was being fearful of her shit. So, yeah, man. It's a, you really have to understand this. It's just like I said, mind over matter. And even without traumas and shit, it's mind over trauma. Period. Like mind over heartbreaks, mind over anything, bro. Like stop sitting in that shit. That shit only supposed to make you stronger. If you feel weaker after that shit, that means you need to work out that shit until you can see the six pack in the mirror, until you can feel the muscles when you touching on your shit, bro. When you see the shoulder pecs or whatever the fuck you saw start coming up. You working out them weaknesses, man, them kinks, and that shit only make you stronger, bro. Because I said this before, from the black community, shit, even from any community, bro, this world is it's not easy. I talk about how hard it is to get to where you stand right now. So even in that same aspect, I lost what I was saying. Yeah, even in that same aspect, we struggle to get to where we stand now. But it's like, if we had a bunch of flaws, if we had so many weaknesses, bro, we wouldn't have made it to where we at now. And that's what you gotta understand, bro. Because if you look back at your life, you don't gotta look back at anybody else's life and what they doing and how they got through that shit. Look back at your life and see how hard it was, how hard you worked. Even if you Debbie Downer, nigga, you got somewhere. You got through all that Debbie Downer stuff and you still standing today, bro. And a lot of people have been Debbie Downers and haven't got as far as you. But like I said, don't really pay attention to anybody else. But in that same aspect, you gotta understand it's mind over all these weaknesses, bro. And that mind over weakness is gonna make you stronger, bro. Because if you live in the world of those weaknesses and those insecurities, bro, you're gonna start portraying that, and that's what your magic gonna produce. But if you understand it's a weakness, you only make your magic stronger because you start working on it. I talk about it in the sense of if you have if you protect it on your left, front, and right side, and you start having eyes in the back of your head to protect your back type shit, nigga. Like you fully gated. Like you don't got no openings. Like once you start working on that shit. For the most part, we have a few weaknesses that people can poke and it throw off our game. Same for society and shit. They know a few things that they can poke us and we'll get distracted from our mission and our purpose and what we truly want for ourselves. And we start trying to, fight another social justice thing or whatever it is. There's many different effects and shit. It might be a good distraction. Sometimes I just focus on the bad ones, just like it's sports, different food, restaurants. There's so many, it's minute shit. I mean, minute, small, whatever. It goes from the micro to the macro type shit. But yeah, I mean, yeah, just getting over that shit. Because, I mean, like I said, when you have those holes, like people can be able to poke and it distracts you. It gets you off your square. So you got to start to build those weaknesses up, patch them holes up type shit. But for the most part, I thought about some shit. So now I got to, that don't really not matter. But, well, I guess I said anyways. I just said patchwork. And when I thought of patchwork, I thought of a dam and how you shouldn't patchwork a dam. But for the most part, we're not really doing patchwork. We just now building our foundation. So that's really all it is. We really just now starting our foundations. And I mean, some people further than others, of course, but I don't think we're to a point where our foundations are cracking in a sense. Maybe if you're older, maybe if you've been here, you're starting to see that. For the most part, the people I think I'm talking to, they understand what I'm saying. Like, yeah, there's other people. There's plenty of examples of where people foundations are cracking, where it's depending on credit, where it's depending on degrees, where it's depending on family members, or whatever your foundation is that's not self. Yeah, you'll start to see how those foundations are starting to crack. But if you're building on yourself, this is a journey we kind of just not starting. And even then, I was just talking to, damn, I forgot her Twitter name, but I shouted out her YouTube channel not too long ago. She said that the discovery of self is so amazing. It's just like, bro, it's crazy because that shit is ongoing and you can constantly keep discovering yourself because we're infinite. And that's where it goes back to understanding this world is not infinite. This world is just a part of, just one part of a phase type shit. If we truly stretched out, like, nigga, we'll break the egg of this hoe. Like a fucking, what do you call it, a bird or some shit. And, yeah, that's why, get into art and talk about not being able to fully express ourselves here because, bro, all our tools are not here. We got some tools from other worlds. And if we use that shit, nigga, we'll fuck niggas' head up here. If we use that shit here, we'll fuck niggas' heads up. And I mean, some niggas are able to tap into them other worlds and bring it here. And you see, certain movies that just be like, hey, the niggas is on or something. But, yeah. I just had to get into that mind over matter shit, man. It just bugs me. And like, if you selling stuff, if you are trying to make people more healthier, either skin or food, health, digesting, because people are fucked up inside, because they have brought focus to shit and haven't been able to clear themselves. So sell your shit. Don't give. I'm not the person that's trying to argue about the shit that's being sold. I'm just trying to let people know the spiritual aspects of it. Yeah, you got physical shit we got to work out because we didn't started certain blockages we have now, certain ailments that we have now. And those came from certain internal shits that we never took focus on. So yeah, sell your shit, man. Get that shit off. This shit that I take still to this day, they help me clear shit out. But for the most part, I know it starts from eternal. And if I claim my eternal power, bro, if I build that in foundation there, I know I'm what did it say? Abominable man or whatever, bro. I know I don't need to start focus. I don't have to focus on little reality worldly shit because I'm stronger than this world. I'm not of this world. So at the end of the day, nothing from this world really can affect me. Only unless I choose to, or if I bring focus on it. And that's what we got to start understanding. Where we put attention on, what what we put light on, bro, that shit is very important. Like Panic just released a video talking about this shit. Like go watch his shit and you'll really understand it from his perspective. I don't really want to get into it 'cause I talked about it yesterday, but for the most part, man, mind over matter. Mind over matter. Mind over trauma. Mind over pain. Honestly, bro, because let's think about what the word mind can, the other words that mind can sound like or turn into. You mining, like, bro, you digging for something or you, whatever. Like, so when niggas mine, they're trying to find the jewels or some type of resources out of that shit. So if you're minding your trauma, you're trying to find some type of benefit out of that trauma, some type of value out of that trauma that you can use. Same with pain. You trying to mind that pain, bro. You trying to pull something valuable out of that pain. Period. Once you do that, you can throw the what do you call what's math? Keep the remainder, throw the rest away or whatever. The shit that's waste or the shit that don't really be need to use, throw that shit down. Let that shit become some shit. Plant your seeds in it. Let it grow from there, bro. On some shit. I'm just talking shit because I mean, everything's useful. Let that shit be some what do they call that shit? Not feed, but it's definitely not called feed, but what's that shit called? When they make soil, not mulch, some type of shit. I forgot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shit that make the soil rich. Throw that shit down on the soil, on the grass. Damn, I hate when I don't be knowing words. This should be fucking with me. But yeah, what else I want to say? Pretty much it, man. Mind your shit. Be mindful of your shit. Get the fuck up out of that. Don't hold on to the shit that you don't need, because it's not valuable. Take the valuable shit and move on. Take the lessons you learned from that breakup or that business experience and move on. You learned a lot from it. Just because it didn't go well don't mean that it's not something you can't take from it. Point blank period. It's almost going to the saying where listen to the message, not the messenger. Just because the messenger might be drunk as shit or a little distorted or misguided, bro, I mean, he still probably can deliver a good message. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, he's seen shit. And that don't mean he can't produce a message, bro, because a lot of shit come from experience. Truth come from experience. And some of the fucked up people went through the most shit so they can have a lot of truth, even if it's a little misguided. And if you are your full person, you can mind that shit and take what you need out of it, bro. Period. Become that miner. Hey, yeah. I think that's it, man. Be understanding that you're more powerful than this world. You're more infinite in this world. You're bigger than this world. I know it's something else, but I guess I'll make another video if it comes up. This is. Oh, thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Now I'm out. This is.